The Sermon on the Mount continues in Matthew chapter 7. Jesus says that if you judge others, you will be judged by the same measure. He says that people get distracted by dust in someone else's eye when they have a plank in their own. How can they even see that speck of dust? He adds, do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. He continues, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be opened to you. Jesus says that even bad parents don't give stones and snakes to their hungry children, so how much more will God, the best parent, give good gifts to those who ask Him? Do to others what you would have them do to you. For this sums up the law and the prophets. Few people choose to go through the narrow door to the narrow road, but if they do, they find life. Jesus says to watch out for false prophets, comparing them to wolves dressed as sheep, and He says to test prophets in the way you test plants, by their fruits. Good trees don't bear bad fruits, and bad trees ultimately end up being burned. He adds that not everyone who calls Him Lord will enter the kingdom, but only those who do the Father's will. He says even if people cast out demons and perform miracles in His name, if they don't do the Father's will, that they do not know Him and will be cast out. He compares those who practice His teachings to a man who builds his house's foundation on a rock. But those who hear and do not practice are like a man who builds his house in a sand pit, only to have it be washed away in a flood. The context of this parable is seen in where the sand pits are located, in wadis, or flood valleys. The wadis are a great place to build a house. Sand isn't the issue. The issue is when it rains up in the mountains 50 miles away, the wadis suddenly are filled with the torrents of water from the runoff up in the mountains. So Jesus says to spiritually build your house in a place where you won't be easily washed away, like up on the rocks. And who does the psalmist say our rock is? God. Only a stupid person would build their house in a wadi. The text says that when Jesus had finished saying these things, the crowds were amazed at His teaching, because He taught as one who had authority, and not as their teachers of the law.